Russian President Vladimir Putin issued a stark warning to the West, emphasizing Russia's readiness for a nuclear war amid escalating tensions over Ukraine. Speaking ahead of the March 15 and 17 election, which is expected to extend his presidency, Putin stressed the gravity of deploying US troops to Ukraine, deeming it a significant escalation. While dismissing the immediate need for a weapon use in Ukraine, Putin underscored Russia's preparedness from a military technical perspective, cautioning against Western intervention. In response to the inquiries about Russia's nuclear preparedness, Putin affirmed their readiness, highlighting the potential consequences of US troop deployment near Russian border or in Ukraine. Putin also emphasized that Russian-American relation experts and specialists in strategic restraint comprehend the risk involved, suggesting a nuanced understanding of the situation. Despite this, Putin highlighted Russia's preparedness for nuclear confrontation while expressing a reluctance to hasten towards such a scenario. The war in Ukraine has strained Russia's relation with the West, with Putin repeatedly warning of risk of nuclear conflict if the West intervenes militarily in Ukraine. The deployment of Russian troops into Ukraine back in February 2022 marked a significant escalation after years of conflict in eastern Ukraine. Despite Western promises to support Kyiv against Russia, Russian forces are now controlling a considerable portion of the Ukrainian territory, prompting concerns about Kyiv's defense capabilities. Putin, which is Russia's ultimate authority on nuclear weapons, retaliates that Kremlin's nuclear doctrine outlines the circumstances in which Russia might use the nuclear weapon. While emphasizing Russia's willingness to engage in negotiations on Ukraine, Putin also insisted on realistic discussions, cautioning against delusions fueled by psychotropic drugs. However, Putin's proposal for a ceasefire to halt the war in Ukraine was reportedly rejected by the United States. Amid reports of US concerns over the possibility of Russia deploying tactical battlefield nuclear weapons in Ukraine, Putin has now maintained that Russia has never deemed it necessary to resort to such extreme measures in the war. Nevertheless, Putin also did not rule out any possibility of Russia not conducting nuclear strike if the United States did so. The interview with Putin underscored the precariousness of the situation and the potential ramifications of the conflict in Ukraine.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.